Well,
welcome back, y'all.
Alright, so we got something special for y'all today. Something we ain't never did before. Something brand fucking new. Alright, we're doing our first interview.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why don't y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves?
Alright, so I go by the name Ivan L, aka IV.
Jansport J.
Yes, sir. And we represent Brolife.
Hey, and look, for y'all that just heard the names, go on your local streaming service provider and check out the music, because the music is dope. We're not doing interviews just cuz. We listened to the music, the shit was tight, so we invited the guys on it.
We done turned down a couple guys.
Yeah.
And if we turned you down, it's not because whatever you think it's about. It's because you weird.
Why you have to do that? Why you have to?
Man, weird motherfuckers be shooting their shots.
Like, weird, homie.
Alright, so let's jump right into it. The name. Ivito.
Yes.
Ivan L.
Yes, sir.
Where does one get a name like that?
Well, Ivan L is my real name, so I didn't have a choice in that part.
Get the F out of here.
Yeah, that's my real name.
Black Ivan. You Russian?
Yeah. Well, you know what's crazy? My little sister's name is Manushka, and that's also Russian. So
What the hell?
I guess, well, I'm named after my dad, so I ain't have a choice in the matter. But I guess my mom was in the Russian name, so she kept it going.
Alright.
And then Ivito just came from like this guy off camera and a couple of the homies that just started calling. They would call me IV, and then Ivito. And, Vito. So I just took the nickname, ran with it.
Yeah.
And
That's dope. That's dope. So y'all hailing from Florida.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. South Florida.
Yeah, man. So I was listening to the music. So the first introduction to you that I heard was I think the name of the song is it Young Kazuya?
Yeah, that's
okay.
That's
That was
the first song I
you
heard. That's the first thing I heard.
Okay.
So I heard you rapping, and I'm like, all right, where the fuck is this nigga from? You know what I'm saying? Because it's like the music, it don't sound regional. It just sound like hip hop.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Where do you get that from? What's your influences? What did you listen to?
I think it's just how I grew up. Like, I just grew up as like a hip hop kid. So, like, one of my first memories is watching Snoop and Dre on the Soul Train.
Yeah.
You know, killing it. And I always liked their sound. Biggie, Busta, the Fugees. And then I got to give it up to my uncles too. My one uncle, he toured with the Fugees. He was their tour DJ. And then my other uncle was a rapper known in Miami. And I just always was watching them do their thing, and I kind of took their style, took the local style, and then, like I said, people I'm a fan of anyway, Biggie, the Tribe Called Quest, the Kanye's,
No doubt.
Lupe, you know, everybody
The real
that
shit.
I
The
just
real shit.
took it through it in the pot.
I also feel like South Florida doesn't have like a regional sound unless it's like that Uncle Luke sound. You got the T-Pains, but then you also got the Rick
Right,
Rosses.
you listen to Ross,
and then you got Flow Riders, and you got like all these different sounds that nobody sounds alike down there either.
Well, we got the new regional sound too, which is like what Kodak is coming with now, because we're from the same area. He's from Pompano, and that's where I'm at.
Yeah.
And that's kind of like a new sound too, is that regional sound. So it's just different, man. It's crazy. Because I think what it is just heard down there for right now, but who knows? You know, it might blow up and everybody will start getting accustomed to what they're doing down there. You know?
So we know what influenced you. How did you get started actually rapping and decide this was what you wanted to do and start recording?
Shit, well, I don't know if I really had a choice. Like, I guess like as a kid growing up, I was just really mesmerized by what my uncles were doing. I thought it was like really dope. They would let me like freestyle in the garage as like a 5-year-old as they cutting up on the ones and twos, and I just I always secretly wanted to do that, but you know obviously you're not gonna be a 7-year-old telling people you want to be a rapper.
Right.
So like I kept going with my life, and then when I was 16, one of my homies was just like, "Oh, I'm starting to make beats." And I was already penning bar after bar in my little notebook after 50 Cent Mania. So, you feel me? So after that, I just started actually getting in the studio, taking all my little lunch money and taking it to the studio. And next thing you know, I'm performing at little school talent shows, and it hit me. The bug hit me. I just knew that this was what I wanted to do.
Still remember the first rap you wrote?
Nah, because I wrote so many.
Yeah, man.
I wish I did, but I wrote a lot. I had like the little composition books, the cow books or whatever. I had so many of those.
I just threw all my old away. I had composition books from back to like 8th grade.
That's around when I started, about 7th, 8th grade. Is when I started like saying, "Fuck it, let me see if I can put rhymes."
I was looking through them shits. I'm like, man, this shit's so trash. I don't nobody to see this shit.
Nah, yeah, I'm sure my shits were pretty garbage, man. I ain't gonna lie.
Shit. It makes sense. There was elementary. I was in elementary school.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? You gotta hone your craft from a young age, man.
Absolutely. I honestly feel like this rap shit is like basketball a lot. Like I always tell people, like you could get better at rapping. All you gotta do is just do it a lot. Like the more you shoot hoops, the eventually you're gonna start making them bitches.
Practice makes perfect.
All right, so I got a question. See, so up here in Chicago, it feels like you don't really get the juice until you miss out on the rapper age. You know, like once you hit 30, then you can go places and people be like, "Oh yeah, what's up, Joe? I ain't seen you in a minute." Woo. You know,
right?
Is it like that down there?
Yeah, a little bit because like down in South Florida, like it's kind of like an area where
there's a young man in South Florida.
Oh no, it's all good.
You gotta water the seeds, man. You gotta water the seeds.
But in South Florida, I feel like it's a vibe where it's very competitive. You feel me? Like so, everybody feels like they gonna be the one to make it or whatever. So with the competitive nature of it, people expect to see a winner before you even win. They want to get behind a winner. Yeah. So you got to present like you winning. So that's all it is. It takes time to get them to get behind you. Like you really got to give them a reason, I guess.
Yeah. You know, and I feel like from what I've seen from you, you are the type of artist that you're not only serious about what you do, but you letting the people watch you see it. Like, man, this is what you do. Like, man, when you ready, you do this. You know what I'm saying? Now, as far as your crew, Brolife, is concerned,
right?
Like, do you play that leadership role?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I like Brolife was something I created like way back in the day, like even in the high school days. But then we got really serious at 2 years ago, 2016. Yeah, 3 is it 3 years now? Yeah, we're going on there. It's been a while. So pretty much what I always admired was people like Kanye, people like Dr. Dre. And what I mean by that is they're able to pick people that have different sounds, different personality types, different types of music, but you can get them in a group setting and get it to work to the point where, wow, like this is classic music being made in the making. So that's what I did with Brolife. Like I always had a lot of homies that did music, and everybody kind of had their own vibes. But I decided like, yo, I really like that vibe. Yo, I really like this vibe. Let's all get together and get it together. And there's strength in numbers. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't think I'll be able to do as much as I have done without some of their help, because we're able to kick down a lot of doors. Because even if somebody's not a fan of me, they might be a fan of Jack. They might be a fan of my Nizza or somebody, and through there, then the rest of us are going to infect their ears because we're going to have features with each other. And next thing you know, you're a Brolife fan.
See, that's
you're creating a dark, twisted fantasy.
Yeah, there you go.
It's everybody's an ingredient in the soup.
Absolutely. Oh yeah, and then shout out to the Wu-Tang. I mean, they kind of built this whole blueprint.
That whole gumbo pot of creators. And what I admire about today's hip hop is the fact that you're not only seeing groups of rappers, you're seeing groups of creatives.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
man.
Tell us a little bit about the members in Brolife. Like, what is Brolife bringing to the table as a collective?
All right, so man,
it's Florida allergies, man.
He ain't used to the cold right now.
Florida allergies, man.
But okay, so sitting right next to me, Jansport Jack. What he brings to the table, the dude is like creative as hell. He can freestyle off the top of the dome. Like the man don't even really write his rhymes when it comes to like getting in the booth. It just comes out of him. And it, to me, he reminds me of like that vintage Wayne, like dedication to, you know, that era of music. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Punchline crazy, things that make you like. He says things that make you want to rewind the track. Like, hold on, what you just said?
Rewind the track.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like
something that they don't do anymore.
Instant classic.
Yeah. And then we got 2 guys in the group. They're a 2-man group, so they're like individuals, but they're really a 2-man group, and they go by the name Manizza. These guys, to me, they represent the new energy of hip hop right now. Like, they get wild and crazy during their show. Like, to me, they put on the best live show out of all of us.
Yeah.
And then they do shit like last night we was doing a show in Chicago, and they try to get the crowd to mosh because that's what they do during their set. Yeah. And they were
that's hard.
The crowd was loving it, but they was a little afraid to mosh. Like, hey, we loving this, but we ain't gonna be the ones to mosh with y'all. But that's the type of energy they bring, and I love that.
It'll come.
Yeah, exactly. So they represent that young energy, and that's what they bring to the table. And then you got my guy Jay Serve, for instance. Jay Serve, he's a lyricist of the group, like classic technical lyricist. So he's like the sniper of the group. You know what I mean? Like, he's gonna come at you and drop bar after bar after bar, and the multi-syllables, and all the people that are really into like the
intricacies of the art.
That's Serve. You know, he pays attention to every word and syllable and how they land.
And that's the markings of a strong crew. You know what I'm saying? Being able to check every box.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, so I listened to 3 of them. I listened to 3 of your projects. You got a lot of work.
Yeah.
I didn't get to listen to every.
Surprised. I typed it in on Google Play, and it was like, we keep shouting out Google Play. When y'all gonna get
What's up? What's up?
Play, man. What's up, Google Play? Didn't I tell you Google Play the other day?
Hey, shout out to Spotify too. I got a lot of listeners on there.
So I listened to Delorean Demons. I listened to 98, and I listened to 2098. Right? Now my favorite at this point is 98.
Okay.
98 was dope.
Thank you, man.
What I wanted to ask. Oh yeah, it's I'm gonna ask you about the songs in a minute. The shit that stood out to me, but I wanted to ask about the production because each one of those projects is uniquely different.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
You know, was that by design?
Yes. Okay. Yes, definitely by design.
Everything is by design.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. That's what nothing on accident.
Yeah, nothing. We pay a lot of attention to the intricacies, and for 98, for instance, before I even get into that, the whole theme of all 3 of those projects is I'm really a big ass Back to the Future fan. I'm an 80s kid to the core, so I love those movies. I love sci-fi and stuff like that. So I just look at it like, hypothetically, if you could time travel and I went back to 98, what kind of music would I make? You know what I'm saying? So that whole project, Vito Vision 98, is like a hypothetical idea of what if I got stuck in 1998 for 6 months? I gotta make some tunes. I'm hanging out with a girl. Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
See, and that's what I like. I like the female element.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying, because it's like it's not just a vibe. It's like a scene.
Right? Yeah,
I like that.
Yeah, I definitely like to try to paint movies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like the N64 and Chill joint.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites, man.
Yeah. So you identify with the music that you make.
Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
So you want to name any of the producers that you worked with on any of your new stuff?
Yeah. So okay, Vito Vision 98. That was all done by Talented.
Okay.
He did all 4 of those joints.
That's a good name.
Yeah.
Talented.
Yeah, and he's a producer from Toronto, Canada.
Okay.
And shout out to the 6, very dope guy. Vito Vision 98 was a bit more eclectic, but mostly it was done by Lebanon Don, and the second guy was Ron Supreme.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so whenever you hear "Come on, Ron," that's Ron Supreme right there.
Yeah.
And then the Delorean Demons was just like a big old gumbo pot of all my producers.
Because that sounded extremely different within itself.
Yeah. So that was so Delorean Demons is more me in album mode. When I drop an album, you're gonna hear just an eclectic variety of different stuff. But then when I drop these little EPs like the Vito Vision projects, you'll hear one tone. Because those I do in one night. Like Vito Vision 98, I did in one night. Just one recording session.
Okay. So, how many projects do you have?
honestly, I lost count.
Shitload.
I lost count, bro. Because I got stuff on there from 2012, and I was saying the other day, like, man, I'm gonna cut some of the old stuff off. But then my girl was like, no, you're not. She's like, I said, listen to that. No, you're not gonna cut it off. So,
because when I saw it, I'm like, man, see, this is what I want to hear. I want to hear the old stuff.
Yeah.
After I hear the new, to see where we came from. Like, wow.
Yeah, that's real.
Yeah, it's definitely progress, man.
Thank you, man.
So, back to Brolife.
Right.
You do an annual event?
Yeah, we do Brolife Fest every year. So this past year we did our third one. We're working on our
Congratulations,
fourth one.
man.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
That's dope.
And it all started when we really got, like I said, at one point we really got like, all right, we're really gonna do this. We got serious with the group, and that's when I started really picking out guys that were from my area and beyond that were really fucking dope. And I was saying like, yo, I want this person in the group, I want that person in the group. And we even got a guy who lives in Memphis, but he's from Philly. Mm-hmm. His name is Beretta Biz. He's also on the crew, and when we go down to Memphis, we're gonna reunite with him. Matter of fact, he's coming up. You'll meet him tomorrow night.
Yeah.
He's actually driving up for the show tomorrow night. He just wasn't able to make it yet. Yeah. So you'll meet him then. But yeah, so even he flew down for the first one, and it just started from there, man. It's an annual event where we book other talent from the local area too and abroad. Like we done had people from Chicago. Matter of fact, and that's how I made the connections here. Mm-hmm. We had people from Chicago fly down to Brolife Fest 3 this year. And matter of fact, 2 different artists, because one was Jarrell Young from Champaign, Illinois, but the other one was from Chicago, Jay the artist.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, man, we just love doing it. It's like it's always a big gumbo pot of different artists, and then we've been sponsored by Rip It Energy Drink. Yeah.
Wait. Oh, you say you've been sponsored by Rip It Energy Drink.
Yeah.
So I got to ask, did you meet Rip Hamilton, man?
Nah.
Because up here when Rip came out, he was the spokesperson.
Wow, I didn't even know that.
All the cardboard cutouts had Rip Hamilton on them.
Damn, I didn't even know that, man.
Oh, shit.
I met some white folks that was like, part of Rip It. And yeah, man, they would throw us like free cases. So I like for a while, for like months and months at my crib, I've had like a stack of cases of Rip It. You know what I'm saying? Whenever I run out of some food, I'm like, oh, I guess I had this.
Fuck it, I got Rip It. God damn it, that keep them studio sessions going.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So I'll give you all exclusive too. So for the 4th annual Brolife Fest, when we ain't told nobody yet, what I plan on doing, we're gonna have a private island party. Because down south in Florida, we got like a lot of like islands that like, just like y'all got parks where anybody can just pull up at the park. Yeah. Well, we got islands where you can just pull up with your boat.
Get the fuck out of here.
So yeah. If y'all can make it out, man, y'all got a year's notice. It's gonna be in July of next year.
Oh, hell
yeah. Plenty of girls.
Third weekend.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's usually the 3rd weekend of July. So just know that we're going to do it. It's going to be a private island party. We're going to have like a boat service picking everybody up and carting them off to the island. And they got people who pull up to the island and sell like food and drink and all that. Just like they would at a park. You know what I'm saying?
Food trucks.
Food trucks. They got food boats.
Yeah.
Boats.
One step closer to boat mansions. I'm telling you.
Yeah, man. So that's what we're doing for next year. So yeah, if you guys...
most definitely, man.
Faculty Lounge will be in attendance.
Yes, sir.
Fuck that, I'm coming as me. No, but yeah, we'll definitely come as the podcast and as individuals and turn up with y'all, man.
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful thing. So,
yeah, man. So I guess I got a question. I'm gonna take it to a serious note.
Okay.
Did you have any idea that you were gonna be in Chicago when we got the verdict for the Jason Van Dyke trial?
Nah, man.
Like,
and that happened here?
Yeah, it happened here in Chicago.
Damn.
What happened?
That's
what
they
was downtown yesterday.
Yeah.
So let's bring it up to speed for the people that's from Florida watching. That don't know anything about Jason Van Dyke.
Yeah. So do y'all know anything about Laquan McDonald?
I've heard a little bit about it.
Who got shot in the street?
Yeah, 16 times. He got shot 16 times by the police. Mm-hmm. And yesterday, the jury finally came back with a guilty verdict.
Okay.
The first time the Chicago police officers got found guilty of a crime of a murder in 50 years.
Wow. That's historic, man.
Whoa.
And that was yesterday?
Yeah, that was yesterday.
Wow. Okay, I knew something was going down because we've seen a lot with the protests, but I wasn't sure what was happening because I've been so wrapped up with the tour stuff that I haven't been able to be in tune with like what's going
there,
on.
bro.
Wow, yeah, I would have loved because we marched with the Black Lives Matter people down to Florida a bunch of times and been a part of a couple, protests. Yeah, so I love that type of stuff, man.
See, and
I get behind that for sure.
And it's dope that you're here crazy, doing this now.
I wish I knew that.
Yeah,
because you're part of that history. So the reason why everybody's protesting is because even though he got sentenced,
it still isn't enough.
He got sentenced to second-degree murder. Right, he got convicted.
Yeah, he got convicted.
It was only second-degree murder. And if you look at the video, it's pretty much cold-blooded murder, man.
Yeah. Premeditated, cold-blooded murder.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I haven't seen the video at all. I just kind of heard things about it, but I didn't even realize that it was here in Chicago.
Yeah. For the past month, the fire department and the police department been on like 12-hour shifts.
Okay.
In anticipation of, because if he didn't get convicted, nobody was going to work.
Yeah,
you probably get shut down.
Yeah.
Yo, that would have been so wild because I wouldn't even know, like, what you mean the show's not happening? Nah, everything.
Nobody's working. Yeah.
Wow. Damn, that's crazy. I'm glad to get educated on that for real. Because I had no idea. And you guys heard the song "Oh My God" off my
which one?
Off of Revenge. It's OMG.
I did Revenge.
Yeah, because it's all about it's about that type of stuff, man. About police brutality in this new Trump world that we in. I always try to drop little jewels on that type of stuff because, man, I think I'm a fairly political person. You know what I'm saying? Politically minded person. So
let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. How important do you think it is for artists to not only be aware of what's going on in the world, but to vocalize in the music?
To me, it's extremely important. Like, I understand not everybody has that in them, or not everybody feels that they're a politician or whatever, but to me, we have a responsibility as people who are in the public and talking to the people in general with the arts. You have to speak your mind on the political atmosphere. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta tell it how it is, because everybody else is bullshitting, if I could curse. I can?
Yeah.
Right. So everybody else is bullshitting.
We in the faculty lounge. Teachers always cussing in the faculty lounge.
So yeah, man, I feel like everybody else is like bullshitting as far as like the climate of what's going on. Like, they try to make everybody feel like, well, regardless, it's gonna be okay. Nah. We're gonna get Trump out of here, we'll keep moving and all that. But I feel like, we gotta get more aware, and it can't just be, I'm gonna say pray for this city on social media, or I'm gonna say that was fucked up on social media. But we gotta get back to doing actual work. You know what I'm saying?
Like
getting in the street.
And T.I. dropped the project yesterday, and he was saying how he just sort of fell into the role of an activist, just by speaking his mind, and like he accidentally fell into it, but it was necessary for him to have his platform and to speak his mind and bring light to these situations that nobody knows about, or people have forgotten about, because it happens so often in American history that people just forget about it.
That's real, and I feel like, like some of the general public, sometimes they turn their brain off to like what's really going on, and I understand why, because this shit can cause anxiety or whatever, just hearing all the fucked up shit in the world. But it's like, you have to remember, like, we still got to do something about it. If we don't, like, as a people, start to clean this shit up, who is going to? You know what I'm saying?
It has to be us. It has to be us.
Yeah.
So, like, that's kind of the reason why I feel like the podcast that we do is so important.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's like somebody's watching. And somebody needs to know about what we're talking about.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm glad that I listened to the music and was like, oh, okay. He needs to come on here.
He's not a weirdo.
Yeah, there's something for him to say.
Hey, man, I
you know what I'm
appreciate
saying?
y'all having us.
You just keep on taking it there.
Hey, man.
All right, so I want to ask you about a song, right? Because this song hit me. When I heard this song, I was like, all right, I need to write down songs that I like so I can have this. All right, so at any cost. Was you supposed to be a lawyer or something?
Yeah, actually, so, like I said, growing up, you're not, like, first off, I grew up in a Haitian household. I'm Haitian. So it's kind of similar to, I don't know if y'all got Haitians in Chicago. I haven't met them.
Yeah.
Y'all do?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a couple, not a lot.
Not a lot though.
It's a little something everything.
Yeah, Haitians.
Yeah. We got Haitians at home, we got Zoes too.
We got Zoes too.
Wait, I thought it was the same thing.
It's a different lifestyle, bro.
Different lifestyle.
So it's like Jamaican and Rastafarian.
A little different.
Yeah, a little different.
A little different. But basically, like, okay.
I mean, like the difference between the two. Like being a Jamaican is one thing, and being a Rastafarian is another thing.
That's more of a religious.
That's more, religious, like.
But like between the Zoe and the Haitians, more like who has more like that they're more island centric. I can say it that way. Like they believe more in living the way that they've been living. That's me. Yeah. Living the way they've been living on the island as opposed to being Americanized.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So it's like they're more comfortable with being.
Right. So you gonna stick more to who you are natively.
Right.
So Zoes is more like Americanized because they've been here for a while.
And then we got Haitians that still live like they're
they got
Haiti
that American mindset.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, growing up, I was supposed to be a lawyer, I guess, because like I said, coming up, you ain't gonna say like I'm supposed to be a rapper,
right?
Because like I grew up in a Haitian household where it's kind of similar to an Asian household, I guess. Where it's like, you're supposed to do one thing and to keep enriching the family.
Your destiny is set.
Right. Yeah, your destiny's kind of set. So you're supposed to be like, in a Haitian household, you're supposed to be like a doctor or a lawyer. Well, that's it. That's the only jobs they believe in, practically, or whatever. Like my sister's going to med school, but she actually enjoys that stuff. So not a knock on her. She's doing her thing. But yeah, that just wasn't for me. I went to college though, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed writing more though. I wanted to kind of be like a journalist or a writer or whatever. So just law, the shit was mad long, and it's not for me. But that's what moms wanted me to do. Yeah. Respect to her.
You don't want to be stuck in something that takes that long, and you really don't.
And then you don't have a passion for it. I feel like if I was going to do that and be in school for like 10 years, I really got to be passionate about law, and I wasn't after a while.
So.
Got disillusioned by the climate that we're in too.
Yeah, true.
Gotta do it.
So, another thing that I wanted to ask you that I heard from the music, what's your relationship with drinking?
Damn. It's good.
Alright, the reason why I ask is because a couple times I heard you talk about how fucked up you used to get.
Oh man!
So that's what I mean by relationship. Like
all about it.
So now, I guess the question is, like when you decided to get serious about Brolife, was it like, hold on, man, let me put this business first and let me step away from the whole partying thing?
Yeah.
Or is it like, man, alcohol is bad?
Well, no. I still drink every now and then, so I don't think alcohol is bad.
Drink when necessary.
But when you're born when necessary.
Right.
Like we can't drink in the studio.
Yeah. We learned that the hard way. First Brolife Fest, we was trying to record and party at the same time. Everybody gets way too slammed and nothing gets done. Niggas is so we already learned no drinks in the studio.
But
we learned.
Have you seen the Drunk Podcast? Oh man,
I gotta see it.
Episode 17. That bitch is way too loose, man.
We had to learn that the hard way. But with drinking, I guess you got a point though. When we started getting serious with Brolife, definitely the partying slowed down because it was more so, all right, when we get together, we on some business shit. Like, yo, this is the next play, Back in the day, it was more so like, we would get shit done, but we're also fucking getting slammed off, what's the shit we used to drink? The first shit we used to drink. Before we was even 21, Miller High Life, we was getting slammed off that. Like,
drinking Ice House.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Bullshit.
Like, I was the first guy out of my crew with his own place. So with that being said, everybody used to congregate to my shit and come through with the beers and so it was a time.
That's why I always say the legal age is 21 because by 21 you should know how to drink. Right?
Yes, there you go.
Start drinking at 15, 16, but by the time you're 21, you should be able to go to a bar and not throw up.
There you go. See, that's the goal. So, like last night, we did the show. I had one drink. It was a nice vibe, but I didn't have to get like slammed. You know what I'm saying?
It's still about drinking shit. I guess that's the next question he probably had for you was, how did you set up this tour? How do y'all get shit done? Like, how do you manage to? You know what I'm saying? Like,
I want to say it's easy.
It feels a lot easier than it's supposed to be. So check it. This is our third tour in less than 12 months.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah. Thank you,
next
man.
month to make a year because we got the announcement on the 6th last year for the tour for sport.
So
and that's what's tripping me out because you telling me the movement is relatively new, but you cover so much ground in such a little time.
A year.
I gotta put it up to God, honestly, man. Like, we went on our first tour with Currency, which is my favorite rapper. So, what are the odds of going on
shout out to
favorite rapper?
Shout out to man.
So,
T.Y. Rowdy.
Yeah, T.Y. Rowdy. So they took
with
those guys, and it was like such a dope time. And I learned a lot from watching them because this guy, Currency, that's how he makes his bread and butter, touring the whole fucking country over and over and over again, and people just keep coming out. So I looked at that and I was like, I want to do shit like that. So then in April, we booked our Florida tour because Florida's like, I don't know, is it the third largest state?
It's big as fuck.
It's big. It's shaped weird, so it's long too. That's the ill part. So because we're way in the southern tip, South Florida,
7 hours to get out the state.
So
to leave Florida is 7-8 hours.
God damn, that's longer than Illinois. Because what? It's 5 hours for Illinois.
Nah, Illinois is like 7 hours. 6, 7
Right. From Chicago out, it's 5 hours. Yeah,
6 hours.
Right.
Just for us to see anything else is 8 hours. So
So we just did a Florida tour in April where we just hit up. We did Miami, of course, where we're at, Broward. Then we did Orlando, Tampa. Did we do anything in between?
No, we had 2 Orlando dates.
We had multiple Orlando dates. So that was mad fun. And then we took that concept and we built on it to do Chicago. So pretty much. What we do,
we got Fest in there too.
Then we have Brolife Fest. Yeah, that was part of the tour as well. But what we like to do is one, it's easy because we're a big ass unit. Yeah. So we don't do hotels when we like hit the road. And that's a lesson to like anybody who wants to do something similar. Here's some like gyms. So we don't do hotels or anything because they cost too much unless you got an auntie that works for a hotel. Right. Like so, what we do, we book an Airbnb as a squad. It's a group of us, whatever. We book a house. We get a house from an Airbnb that has multiple rooms, and we just share the house. So right now we in some house in Gary, Indiana. Right now we just
Gary.
Yeah, so we're driving to Chicago. And honestly, like as far as setting the whole thing up, I gotta give it up to the law of attraction. I feel like it's a real thing. So basically, I was just walking around after Brolife Fest saying, "Yo, I really want to go on a tour in the fall." I kept saying it. Didn't have exact cities yet. We were looking at the Northeast at one point. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, the guy from Chicago that I booked for Brolife Fest who came down to Miami to do Brolife Fest, his manager was on some like, "Hey, we're doing our fall tour. And he wants to go on tour with us." So I hit him, "Well, we already used to going on tours. What's up? Let me know what's popping." He lets me know the dates, and we team up on it. I was like, "All right, cool. Well, my man's is in Memphis, so I'll just book another show in Memphis too with him." Yeah. And boom, we jumped on it like that. And I just learned how to use the internet very well because I feel like the average person, they just using the internet for social media and shit. I'm using that shit to learn shit and find out as much as I can. So like what I do is I just pick a city and I hashtag hip hop with it, and I'm gonna find what venue is in that city and I'm gonna find out who owns it. I'm gonna blow them up. Hey, what's up? Can I throw a show there? Whether you're gonna charge me or not, whatever. When we create a deal, like right now, another exclusive y'all got.
Hey, breaking news.
Listen. We just booked a date in Las Vegas for next year.
So,
we booked the venue already, so we're going to do a 420 tour where we're going to do Vegas, LA, and San Diego. So that's the next stops for us.
I'm going to be a roadie, man.
Yo, whatever, let's
carry the speakers.
We're trying to have a bus for that one, so that'll be fun. But yeah, and I got to give it up also to my girl. She is the logistics lady. She's the tour manager. And she raps too. She was on stage with me last night.
Wisdoms is definitely
most
important.
She's the key because like bro, like I consider it like this. I'm the visionary. I'll come up with the ideas like, yo, I want to go here, here, and here. I don't know how that's supposed to work. is that drivable? You know what I'm saying? Like these are the dates. Like I gave her the dates for this tour, for instance. And at first I was like, yo, this is what it is. I already agreed to it. And she's like, how the fuck are we supposed to do that? I was like, I don't know, figure it out. And she figured it out.
She made it make sense, man.
She made it make sense, you know what I'm saying? But I always just get these offers or create these plans, and I'm like, I don't know how it's supposed to work. Figure it out, and she makes it logistically work where it's like, all right, we're gonna stay at this Airbnb, then we're gonna go here or here. Right, so tomorrow we gotta like check out of the Airbnb we're at and go to a different one in like Indy.
We're in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then we gotta drive back up for the show.
Because we got a show in Champaign. No. Tomorrow night in Chicago.
Right. Where are you performing at Chicago? I mean, tomorrow.
The Elbow Room.
Oh, right. Elbow Room. You told us earlier.
Yeah, man. So
we'll definitely be in the building for that.
I'm looking forward to having y'all there, man. Last night was such a cool feeling because y'all got a different crowd than South Florida. And what I mean is, South Florida, they kind of like too cool for school. So you really got to get them to buy in. You know? So that's the first fight is make us care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Whereas y'all crowd last night, they was just hungry for music. Like they not moving away from the stage after this performer performed. Like still there, everybody's chit chatting, having a good time. But we posted by the stage. We want to hear more stuff.
They ain't used to be that way.
Yeah.
Like Chicago has become a big music city.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of years, we've had everybody come through here. From Ozzy Osbourne and Billy Joel to Smashing Pumpkins. And Bruno Mars, and then you got the big Jay-Z's and Beyonce's.
Right.
It's really become like we got Lollapalooza and North Coast Music Fest. Like the one thing we won't do though is touch each other. Like we not finna do no mosh pit. That's it. Motherfuckers got guns.
Yeah.
There's a lot of guns in Chicago.
You'll notice that.
Oh, y'all gonna see tomorrow. My niggas gonna try to get them to march tomorrow too.
You gonna see. Everybody is under the impression that everybody else is holding. So you ain't gonna see too much touching.
It's not a lot of
And you know what's crazy though?
That makes sense.
Because back home, even though we're not under the impression that everybody's holding. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
Because ain't Florida open carry?
Yeah, open carry.
Yeah.
It's not a problem. So everybody's strapped regardless. It's just the fact that we're not intentionally going out to we ain't got
I am
to use
a
them.
2A advocate.
We got them.
I think everybody should be able to carry because I mean just knowing that everybody is strapped.
That levels the playing field. Nobody's doing nothing stupid. It's like, all right, you got one, I got one, so let me respect life a little more. So I agree with that.
So let me ask you a question. Does Florida Man exist?
Yo, he is out there. I post about Florida Man daily on my Facebook because we in Florida, we get the crazy ass news like this person did this person. I'm like, bro, like this shit is wild. But I really have a theory on that. I feel like it's because we don't have no seasons. Like it's just hot all the fucking time. It's just hotter, hell, and then it's cool
like
for 2 weeks.
I was in Florida. I went down to Florida a few years ago. I was down there in August. Man,
that's the hottest.
It rained day and night, and it was hotter and more humid than I ever felt in Chicago.
Yeah, because you was out there during hurricane season.
Yeah.
See, the good times to go out there is around now to like February.
See, I was down there. So I was selling books door to door, state to state.
Okay.
And I was down there in Miami-Dade County from Thanksgiving to Christmas.
Okay. Good time.
I seen George Clinton. George Clinton was in my hotel.
Damn.
Yeah, he still had the nasty yarn in his when he said he's the godfather of funk, I mean, this man was walking around funky as hell. For real.
Yeah, they give him the right name.
Yeah. But it was beautiful down there when I was down there.
Yeah, no, it's it's great. Like I just realized today, driving up, I was like, damn, I ain't see a palm tree in a minute. you know, it was just yesterday, but it was like the sun about a palm tree or the sun. I didn't see the sun.
That shit trickled out. I just came back from New Orleans not too long ago, and I seen the palm trees and almost had a fucking heart attack. I'm like, that's a palm tree.
That's one thing I definitely love. Love the tropical aspect of South Florida. Love it to death, man. But I do love this shit too. Like we was walking to the show like after we parked last night, and I was like, yo, this is like a movie set, man. I was looking around the buildings. I was like, I'm expecting to see Daredevil on the rooftop. Like, it's cool as fuck, man. I must say.
So what y'all done ate since y'all been out here?
Oh, as soon as we got here, we had a deep dish. We didn't waste no time.
Where y'all get the deep dish from?
What's the place
It's
called?
right next to the airport.
It's an Italian spot, but it's like famous. Nah.
Giordano's.
Okay.
Chicago classic.
Then I ate at Rinaldi's last night, and that was excellent.
Yeah. Gotta get y'all some mouse sauce.
Yo, we had White Castle, dog.
Y'all ain't got
what y'all got? Crystals down there?
Yeah, it was Crystal.
Yeah, I haven't seen a Crystal in a while.
Because it's not there anymore.
Damn. So y'all ain't got like no tiny burger action.
No, none unless you go to
like a dinner date and shit. They got sliders.
sliders, yeah. Or you got to go to the frozen aisle and get like the White Castle, the frozen one.
That's definitely like late night staple.
Yeah, man. So that we was out there, getting it on the IG story. We had White Castle acting the food.
We gotta get y'all a bucket of mouse sauce.
Harold's chicken.
Yeah, get a gyro, piece of puff or some shit.
I gotta get a gyro.
I was surprised y'all had Checkers out here. I was like, oh, look at Checkers.
Checkers just came back though.
Okay.
We had Checkers in the 90s and then they left. And they came back a couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
because I seen, I was like, damn, Checkers all the way up here. Okay.
So there's 4 Chicago food groups. You gotta get a Chicago style hot dog.
Yeah, I'm missing that. I haven't had that yet.
Gotta get a Maxwell Street Polish.
You got a deep dish pizza.
Okay.
You gotta get Italian beef. Italian beef is basically a roast beef soup sandwich.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I watched the Travel Channel. I try to figure out.
Yeah, growing up, I always heard about the Chicago hot dog, so I really am looking forward to that.
The last one is a Puerto Rican dish. It's a jibarito. It's a steak sandwich with plantains instead of bread.
But that sounds like some shit that happened in Florida, right?
Yeah, we probably got it, but I ain't had it yet.
That was created in Chicago.
Created in Chicago.
I went to Puerto Rico last year and they didn't have them out there.
Okay,
they don't sell it. It's a Chicago thing.
So all right. let's get some hip hop questions.
Got
Favorite rapper, all time.
Okay.
You on the island. You got a disc man. Only one CD.
Only one?
What you listening to?
Only
I'll give you 3. I give you 3.
3 is great. I gotta go with Pac.
Okay. Which one?
Oh, which album?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yikes! Damn.
Yeah, we getting to it.
That's
which
a
album?
Question, man.
I gotta go with Me Against the World because it's longer.
That's what I'm talking about, man.
And then I mean that's the classic Pac, man. Like,
okay.
Troublesome 96, you know what I'm saying? Great records on there. Then I gotta go with Nas. But which one?
This dude is like the biggest Nas critic I ever met in my life.
Damn.
In my life.
There's only
two. I'm not gonna say it because he's a mod.
You hear what he said? He said it's only 2. He said it's only 2.
I'm gonna choose It Was Written. Because that's a classic album.
I mean, I guess
that's a classic.
That's decent.
And then I'm gonna go with, this is kind of off the wall, but I'm gonna go with Currency, Drive-In Theater. It's not even on Spotify, but Drive-In Theater was just such a hard-ass tape, and I think that's like him at his apex. But the man just keeps dropping fire-ass music, so he keeps topping himself. But that's one of my personal favorites.
Yeah, man. See, those are the careers that I like to follow, like the Currencies, the Wiz Khalifa. Even Mac Miller's career.
Man, rest in peace to Mac.
Yeah, rest in peace to Mac, man.
Because like these are guys who might not have gotten the critical acclaim, the Jay-Z and the big famous deals, but they're out there touring and they're still putting out new music, and their core audience is still following them.
The underground.
And it don't matter that whatever, but they still keep going, and it's still quality.
Yeah,
and they're still pumping it out.
What I like about people like that is it becomes more about the music. It's not about what person you dating now or who you just called out on your Instagram. It's like with Currency, it's just about the music. We as the fans just want him to keep dropping hot shit.
I remember,
you know what I mean?
I remember watching Currency on Sway, and they put on the Ultimate High beat, and he just lost his mind because it was Nature. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And when I seen that, I'm like, all right, man, this dude loves this shit, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I like about him, man. It's just he's a hip hop head.
Yeah.
You can just tell he's just a fan.
That's a beautiful thing, man. So you drop. I like how you meld and merge different cultures into the music. So it's just not the music culture. It's just not, these are the bad times, these are the good times.
Right.
You know, it's like, I look at what you're wearing now, you're wearing the NWO hat.
Yeah.
Are you a wrestling fan?
I'm a huge wrestling fan, man. I don't watch as much as I used to as a kid, because as a kid, I was just like a fanatic. You know what I'm saying?
Time.
But I check in every night. Like now, I'm a casual fan, I guess I would say, because I watch like WrestleMania, SummerSlam, you know, some of the bigger pay-per-views or whatever. But yeah, man, I'm a big wrestling fan. I got the WWE Network, so I'll be watching old matches. Like I'll just randomly throw on a Raw from '98 and watch Stone Cold and The Rock do their thing.
I bought all the WrestleManias, man. Me and my boy just sit up and binge on WrestleMania.
Yeah, man, like just classics, man. That's like part of like who didn't grow up in the '90s and wasn't a wrestling fan?
This dude.
I watched my first WrestleMania this year.
Damn.
It was in New Orleans, right?
No, I don't know where. It was in New Orleans.
Yeah,
it was in New Orleans.
I just found out about the Japanese dude.
Oh, Shinsuke?
Yeah.
Shinsuke Nakamura, yeah.
I think it was Ronda Rousey first fight.
Yeah, she's doing the thing. She's the champ now.
This is my... I never cared. See, my mama ruined it for me.
Yeah?
Like, she was the one that told me. I was like 7, 8 years old. She was
It's
like,
fake.
You know that's fake, right?
I always say, like, how could she do that to you?
Like, I was into it for a little while.
Okay, so, peep it. When I found out it was fake, that's what made me even more intrigued. Because then I started learning, like, all the, like, intricacies of what they do and how it gets done. And then you find out, like, oh, this nigga's beefing with this nigga because, he talked to the boss and now he got the damn belt. But this dude feel like he deserved the belt, so now they beefing low key. And now they having a match. So now you watching, like, hey, this nigga's throwing a real punch at this dude. You get what I'm saying? So when you watch it from that aspect, it makes it even more interesting because it's like, yo, there's, like, underlining shit here that if you're a certain type of fan, you'll get certain references, but if you're on the opposite side, you ain't gonna know what the hell's going on. You just it's a storyline, but you know,
it's like because I watched it. It was like 3-4 hours long. I'm like, man, this is a real soap opera.
Yeah,
you got these guys over here, then you got this crew, and then but they cool, but they not cool.
Yeah,
it's these females that fought each other last time, and they want to fight again, and then.
It's like live action movies,
pretty
just in the ring, you know.
It's like Broadway.
Yeah, and as an artist, I appreciate the art. Matter of fact, I got to shout out my dude who owns a wrestling company, Ronin Pro Wrestling. They've sponsored us before too. They always let me and the homies. They let me and the homies come in every time they have an event. They let us go in for free and sit for first row and watch them do their thing. So if you guys are ever in town during that, now that I know y'all wrestling fans, come by, man.
The faculty lounge will be in Florida.
Man. Trust me, we got a lot to do out there.
So, what is, because from what you're telling me, you got good momentum going, man, and you are pretty much able to plot out your plan and execute. What is your end goal for Brolife and Ivan L?
I would like us to be truly like a staple in the underground, meaning we'll be our own company and everybody owns a piece of it and they could either sign other people if they like or just keep doing their thing. But I just want to be a staple in the underground and have the ability to do whatever we want on the music end. And then also I want to do more things outside of music. I want to do, I'm a big comic book fan too, so I want to do comic books. And,
my guy!
Yeah, bro.
My guy!
Bro, when I packed my bag, I had to pack a bunch of comics because I knew we had a bunch of long drives. So I'm like, I got some shit to read.
This dude, man.
Yeah, bro. So I want to do comics. I want to do, books one day, all that stuff. So I want us to just grow as an independent conglomerate and be able to do more than just music.
That's solid. See, that's solid right there.
Yeah, I don't want to sign no big checks to nobody. I don't want to sign to like no big label. I'd rather just have all the control. As long as we got income coming in from just being able to tour the U.S. and hopefully the world after that, it's cool with me.
Man.
I don't want that fame stuff, man, because those guys can't even like walk into Walmarts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't just walk up to a pizza parlor and have a pizza anymore. Like, everybody's gonna mob you. I don't want that. Like, I want people to be like, yo, great new tape. They'll appreciate it.
It's no way to live, man. Can't go see a movie.
Man.
None of that. Can't take your kids nowhere.
Absolutely. Oh, I got a question for y'all. Being Chicago natives, like, how do y'all feel about Kanye West right now?
I knew it was coming. I knew it was
He's
coming.
like the biggest representative of Chicago. So
You want to go first, man?
I mean, me personally, he left a long time ago.
Yeah. Right.
Like, right now, the mayor of Chicago is Chance the Rapper.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Chance.
Kanye is
65th and Ingleside.
But he, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was the one that kind of went out and pulled Kanye out of the sunken place and brought him home for a little while. But
Absolutely.
Kanye is going to be Kanye. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it was cool when it was like, oh, look at him, he's going a little crazy. But now, as a person who lost their mother at a young age, I can say that you really don't give a fuck after your mother's gone. Like, after you don't have a mother, there's nobody to watch them out for. You know, even if you have children, there's still nobody that you have to
answer
keep
to.
it PC for.
You
know? So, and then add on top of that, he's married to Kim Kardashian, and he has, you know, tens or maybe even hundreds of millions of dollars in the bank. You really don't got to answer nobody, you know? So, yeah, man, I feel like, I don't know if y'all know who Larry Hoover is, but you know what I'm saying? He had the free Hoover shirt on with the MAGA hat, and like, now he's doing things. People are saying, I don't know, I seen a post from CeeLo Green the other day. They say Kanye is being dumb on purpose to make us smarter. Yeah. Like, he's opening up these conversations. What do you think Donald Trump is doing?
I have a theory. I think, you know, we all know Trump is a very vain person. You know what I'm saying? He likes people to, you know, work his ego. You know what I'm saying? Make him feel like he's the man. And I feel like what Kanye is doing is he's making that guy feel like he's important and he's liked, because we know Trump likes to feel liked. And with that being said, okay, he knows that Kanye is going through all this fire and tribulation due to his support of his presidency. Well, all right, Kanye, I'll listen to you speak. You know, like, what causes do you have an interest in or whatever? So Kanye can speak on the behalf of people like Larry Hoover and other people who are, you know, locked up in this prison system that maybe deserve a second chance. You get what I'm saying? So I think maybe somewhere in his mind, that's what he's going for. It's just the execution is a bit weird, in my opinion. Yeah. But I think the end result, he has a positive end result that he's trying to, like, get. It's just the people as a whole aren't understanding it. And some of his moves I haven't understood all of them either. But I'm hoping that that's what this is all going towards. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Let me get in. Let me get in. All right. So, boom. I think that the thing that people missing about Kanye West in this form, he's saying every time he say something, right? Let's lead with love, right? So if you know anything about love, if you love something enough, can't nobody tell you shit. Yeah. You know, so in him choosing his actions and truly doing what he's doing in his mind and heart out of love, love looks stupid to a lot of people that ain't loving what you love.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what I see is he taking the whole what would Jesus do thing very literally and putting it in your face so you can see. I'm not built like that. Okay. So once that conversation gets started and people realize that, man, what's missing from this whole equation is the love being built, man. Right. I think the face of not politics, but the face of the culture is going to start to change.
Right. That's real.
Because it's like the one thing I can say about Kanye, and that goes for a lot of people from Chicago, right? You look at Common, you look at Chance. The one thing above all is they love the people. Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Lupe.
Lupe Fiasco too.
Yep. And I will, one thing I can say, that's the last physical album I ever bought. Lupe Fiasco, Food and Liquor. That's the last actual physical album I ever bought.
This guy's a class act. All right?
I'm a huge Lupe Fiasco fan.
Dog,
he's actually from right around the corner.
Really? I was a Lupe, like, growing up, I was a Lupe stan. Like, I had the Food and Liquor bootleg. I already had that, like, it leaked, and I had to listen to it, so I got that and was obsessed with that. And then when it actually came out, I was like, nah, like, I wanted to do sales. So I was like, fuck it, I'm finna go to Best Buy and buy the shit. And, yeah, man, I was a big Lupe fan, like, huge.
Yeah, man, he just dropped that Droga's Wave.
Yeah, my cousin was just telling me about it.
I actually stopped listening to that to listen to your stuff.
Oh,
and then I went back.
That's big.
So let me ask you this: how popular is Ross in Florida?
He is a staple.
Boss.
Yeah, like he's a staple, man. He really is the boss. Like,
I personally am a gigantic Rick Ross fan.
I love Ross. Yeah, he's well loved. Like
his last album
was bad about him.
Album of the year, if you ask me.
Which one was that? Was that
Rather You Than Me?
Yeah. Oh, Rather You Than Me.
Yeah.
I'm still stuck on Black Market. That shit was
Black Market.
Too,
I like Black
Market. I was just saying on Facebook, man, like Ross is undeniably at least a top 10 MC of all time. Talent wise, like the man is incredible.
Yeah. I love the sounds. I love that Maybach music sound, bro.
I'll never forget, I was in New York when he did which album? Teflon Don. And man, he had Brooklyn on lock. I was in Brooklyn at the time. He had Brooklyn on lock. Every car with the window down is banging Ross. And I was like, that says it all right there. Like, if niggas is loving you all the way up in New York with this shit, like, you got a 360 all around.
Thoroughly impressed with Ross, man.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites, man. And he, what I love about him is he's an artist that's currently in the mainstream, but, like, basically, he still spits lyrics. It's still about that lyricism with him. Like, you can listen to Ross and get some dope, like, lines.
And I know you can identify with this.
Mm-hmm.
His business acumen.
Yeah, I love that, man. He owns a couple wing stops down where we're at.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if he owns them. Yeah, and some Checkers too.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's a smart business dude, and then just him getting behind Meek Mill's career and Wale's career, two people I'm also a fan of. Like, he's a smart dude, man.
So, all right. I mean, I think we winded down here.
A little bit. I mean, we got a good feel for who Ivan L is.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So, I wanted to ask, what's your dream collaboration?
Damn.
Producer, rapper, singer, don't matter.
Well, I'll name all three. So, dream collaboration with a rapper would be Currency, because that's like my favorite current rapper right now. Or Nas. That'd be crazy too.
Not produced by Kanye though, right?
I wouldn't mind. I was feeling that last Nas album, but it could be because I'm such a Nas stan, and like my girl considers me a Kanye stan too. That like it was just like a dream collab. Like damn, Nas, Kanye made the beats. Oh, I'm gonna love this, and yeah, I loved it. I loved it, man. Like that song with Kanye, Cop Shot the Kid.
Oh,
man. With the Slick Rick sample. And Slick Rick, that's one of my, like, we can talk underrated MCs. Like, there's Slick Rick, Ice-T. Like, those two guys, like, so underrated, bro. That was like, Ice-T, man, was like the first rapper I felt like was cool. Like, cool as fuck. And then Ice Cube was the first rapper that I was scared of as a kid. But I loved his music, but I felt like he would punch me in the mouth with Rival Melon.
Yeah, man, I didn't realize until Straight Outta Compton came out that none of them were actually Eazy-E or Suge Knight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always thought that they were these images.
That's what I thought of Ice Cube as a kid, like growing up. Man, like he's so cool, but I wouldn't even want to be in the room with him. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I thought he was Doughboy. Like I thought he really was Doughboy.
Producer.
Oh, okay. So the dream producer collab would be, honestly, damn, that's tough. I would go with Pharrell.
I was going to say, man. I felt that. I think I just put that in your head.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here skateboarding.
Man. Skateboard P, like all the classic joints he got with the clips. I would want like a clips type.
Definitely.
I mean, he got some bangers with Currency too.
Yeah, man. Singer would have to be Amy Winehouse, man. That's like
that's good shit. That's a dope shit
right of all time.
Yeah.
And man, I would even if it was posthumously, like I would love to, get a joint with her on it. Yeah.
So, man. So Jack, you've been sitting here a long time, man.
Good, man.
Let's
get in Jack's brain.
Yeah, let's talk about what you got going on, man.
I just dropped the tape Friday the 13th. That was July. Called Green Ranger. It was an EP, really. Nothing serious. Some hot shit. I built my mixtape way and shit. So that's where my influence come from.
That's what's
my
up.
music is mixtape Weezy. Related, that good. Like he said, dedication 2, drop 2 on up to probably like D5, maybe. I'm in that window.
Yeah.
And when I'm outside of that window, I'm all in the politics. I'm all in the CNN and shit like that. So a lot of my music is politically based.
Man, we gotta have y'all back for the podcast, man.
Yeah, look,
maybe we go down there and do the podcast.
Yeah. And then we can get you a lot more podcasts.
Yeah.
A lot of people know what we do, so when they see us doing something, they like, hey, y'all doing it. We want to sit down with them too, shit.
Yep.
They from where we want to sit up with them too, shit. So now you're looking at.
You know, we talk this shit all day long.
We generate that shit another day. We'll make that play work. That's what we do. We make plays work. But outside of that, a lot of my music is on Brolife.net.
Oh yeah, that's our website.
Brolife.net.
Brolife.net. I'm gonna lock that in right now.
And you'll find actually stuff that's not on Spot. Like
right,
that's the thing. Like we have so much music that we have like group tapes that are like not even on Spotify or anything that you can find there. So literally, you'll never like run out of music from us to listen to. There's always some like new stuff.
Always content.
Yeah.
Bow! Brolife.net.
There you go.
You funky bitch, you.
Shout out to Brazil.
Shout out to Wayne.
Who
else missing that ain't here?
Julie.
But outside that, I started rapping when I was my first show, I was 2 years old. My old girl used to own a lounge in Hollywood. And my first time actually being on stage, I sang Black Sheep, Engine 9.
Oh, wow, yeah, that's what's up. That's a classic.
I Missed the Bus. That was my first 2 cuts that I ever performed. But my first time writing, I was 12. I had a little black composition book. Used to write poems for the girls. Yeah. And then whenever my boys wanted to holler at somebody, they used to go on the phone. Cause we had the chat room, the chat line and shit like that.
Oh, hell yeah. We had the
MySpace and all that shit was out. So
niggas stayed on the PL.
We had to hit the words for the women and I had the words. So, and then the first song I ever recorded is on MySpace right now. I still got my login information. I was 14 and what we did was we bought a mic from, cause I started out engineering. So we bought a mic from Radio Shack, a little plug-up mic, and we duct taped it to a lampshade and put it in front of the JVC, bro. And this was recording on SoundForge and shit. SoundForge and Acid Pro. That's when Fruity Loops didn't have numbers behind it. It was Fruity Loops Studios. And we downloaded shit off LimeWire and stuff like that.
Killed your computer.
I was making beats on a car 6x9.
Off tweeters. We was recording on tweeters, man.
Shit high as fuck.
Thanks though.
No bass.
And what I'm recently aiming for right now is like I'm on that political shit. I actually get into the politics at home. I'm working the polls in November. And
make sure y'all vote.
Get out there and vote. We got a black governor running for our state.
I heard all the Latinos is backing him.
They don't have no choice because DeSantis is a Trump supporter.
And
it's like how our state is set up. The top half is red and the bottom half is blue. So we
in the liberal part.
We the liberal south, and then everything north of Orlando is like
Republican.
Like Trump.
That's what Florida man comes from.
Nah, he from Miami too. Man.
Like, see, when you think about Florida, I know for me, you either thinking about Miami Beach or Disney World.
Facts.
But it's still the South.
Do
not get it twisted.
I think of the Panhandle. When I think Florida, man, I think Tallahassee.
Tampa. Let's go down this weekend. Shout out to my Rattlers.
Oh yeah, we'll be in Tampa on the 15th. We got the show with Denzel Curry on the 15th, so we'll be in Tampa.
Good look. Hell yeah.
Fuck with Denzel Curry.
Yeah, he's dope. Man. Dope.
Yeah, we got a lot of work coming out soon though, cause we got like just like him. I got shit everywhere. Like me and him been running since day one. Like when I started doing shows, me and him started performing at the same spot called Area 7.
Yeah, that's how
we linked up with each other. Like I was doing my own solo thing. I got my own little label and all that works, my own team of producers, engineers and shit like that. But my boy called me, he was like, hey, I'm trying to put this group together. You want to go ahead and, patch it up. And I'm like, well, I know my end, your end, we good. We still ain't going to stop what we doing. Let's go ahead and patch it up and see if we can make it work. And it's year 4 right now.
Yeah.
It worked. That's the thing, having the squad, man. That's what the squad is.
Squad goals.
We all had the same common goal.
Rappers, but it's
common
really,
goal was just to make it.
Yeah,
that's our common goal. We know we had to do to get it to succeed, so we just put our heads.
It can't be about the egos, man.
Nah,
gotta be more than that.
That shit been
Everybody got to
and the
play
thing
their
is,
role. You know what I'm saying?
That's the key, man. Because there's different roles. There's different roles in the group. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know there's certain shit that he can do on tracks that I can't do, and vice versa. And same with the Dizzers. Like, they got styles that they got that it's like nobody else can fill that style.
See,
and
but
that's the key.
I guess what I'm saying is outside of the rappers, you gotta have the
that's our team is that though.
Yeah,
like he's the one setting up the venues and stuff. He'll do his own graphics. We do our own graphics.
Yeah, I do all the art
graphics.
That one from the Avito. That's a cold graphic.
Which one?
With the Chinese letters in the belly.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah.
I gotta shout out my man's, what's his name? Morel. Shout out to Morel. He did the digitizing of that and turned me into a cartoon, man. I gave him the vision. I was like, yo, I want it to look like I'm about to.
One day we will be cartoons.
Yeah, yo.
It's very important to have the complete package. You know what I'm saying? When I just scroll down and I see, I'm going to listen to this because it looks good.
Right.
Like, that's very important now.
Oh, I got gifts for y'all too, bro.
Oh, shit, man.
When the ride pulls back up, I got them in the car. I left them in the car.
Hey, man.
Yeah, I got y'all.
Yeah, he did pack them in.
Yeah,
man. This is a professional right here, man.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Like I said, I really appreciate y'all just having us, man. Like,
I don't think the inaugural interview could have gone any better, man. This was really special.
I appreciate it big time, man, for real.
Why don't y'all go ahead and shout your IGs out, your Twitters, all your handles, man. How can they find you?
All right, so first and foremost, everywhere you can find me is brolife.net. That's the easiest one because it's got me as well as everybody who's in the crew on there.
All our links in there.
Yeah, all our links. We got individual pages on there. And you just pick our artist. And then on top of that, practically on all other platforms, my handle is Ivan L. Rhymes-Well. So that's on SoundCloud, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Everything is Ivan L. Rhymes-Well. So as long as you search that, you're going to find me.
Cool. And as for me, it's just another cool kid on IG. And on Twitter, it's Jack_Snap. That's why I'm mainly at. I don't really go nowhere else. But if you're looking for music, I'm getting back into Twitter because of the politics. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
But if you're looking for music, man, you got either Brolife.net. We got our own shit on there. And then you got Dat Piff. I have all my old tapes, Hurricane Season 1 through, I don't think 3 is on Dat Piff.
3 is on Spotify.
It's on Spotify. Yes, 3 is on Spotify and it's on the website. And then Season 4 on the way. And then 20 Minutes to Myself on the way. And then Treehouse of Horror on my way.
Yeah, and we got another group. We have
and 2203 on the way.
We found out about y'all sales tax because your sales tax.
Right.
Listen,
tell them about
a nigga had to pay 2203, bro, for 2 packs of backwoods, bro.
Yeah.
Why though?
Insanity.
Yeah.
For what season?
So look, when you come into Illinois, you get an Illinois state tax.
Correct.
When you come into Cook County, you get a Cook County tax. And then you come into the city, you get a Chicago tax.
Wait till you buy some Guinea, boy.
Nah, we not buying no alcohol.
Man, look.
We got that's the Dutchess and shit, bro. It's like $4 for a Dutch.
Airbnb, man.
Indiana.
Straight.
That's what we did.
Yeah, that's exactly what we've been doing.
It was cool with the $6 shit because it ain't even that much at home.
Yeah.
We don't have state tax.
It's definitely
so
real.
we don't have that problem. Like,
Yeah.
we got dollar swishers and cigars and pack of woods is like 5 and some change.
Yeah.
But $11 for a pack of woods, bro? That's
It
ridiculous.
used to be like that.
And then what's crazy, bro, we went to Walmart, bro, and they charged us for the bags, bro.
7 cents,
$7
man.
for the bag, bro, like for real.
Yeah.
Do that at home.
Check it out.
Yeah.
What's crazy is, so I'm coming out the bathroom and he's at the register. And he's like, yo, we gotta get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
We gotta go.
I'm like, what's going on? They
They
charge
charge
bags.
bag, bro. That's cool, bro.
Welcome to Cook County.
Yeah.
It is.
25 on the tax. It's it's 10.25 on the tax, and then you turn around and charge me 7 cents for the bag too.
Yes, sir.
And they was putting a 5-cent bottle tax on bottled waters.
And they just stopped the sugar tax.
Yeah.
What?
Bro, what goes on up here?
Oh man.
What about counting the
They
1800s?
hit the roads and still mess up. So it's not
Right,
like
where the infrastructure money at? Like y'all been fixing the streets out there?
We have a great history of corrupt mayoral candidates.
Oh, well, we can relate down in South Florida.
Chance need to hurry up and run. I'm voting for Chance. Hurry up and run. I'm trying to be a politician at home too, so when my run done with all this here, I'm gonna be down there trying to get right at home. And then a pack of Blackie Miles was what, bro?
fucking 12 something.
12 something,
Oh,
bro.
really? No,
12
made no
something,
sense.
bro.
That's why I didn't even get it. What do you think we buying?
That's why.
Right.
Spoke
You
black
come around here, you
everywhere.
catch the licks.
Yeah.
I know it used to be, but it used to be Swishers was $3 for $1 and cigarettes was $4 for $1.
Okay, yeah, that's about right.
All that shit over with now.
All right, that sound like home.
Yeah.
That sound like
And
home.
then shut down all the Loose Square man since the whole Eric Garden and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's hard. If you don't know your Loose Square man, get to know your Loose
So that's really like a hustle out here.
Yeah.
But look,
that's
niggas drive. I know, shout out to my boy Loco Hussein. I got homies that used to drive all the way to Indiana and just boom.
By the carton.
This gas station, boom. That gas station, boom. This gas station, hit all the gas stations they could and come back to Chicago.
And sell them.
And sell them loose.
Damn.
Sell them loose, sell them $8 a pack.
Yeah.
$8 a pack is still better than
Right, better than
$13 at
13.
the gas station.
That's a great hustle.
Yeah.
Yeah, cigarettes are way too cheap down
Make
south.
what, $200?
Yeah, I know when I was down there, I gave a lady $5. She gave me 2 packs of Newports and a Nickelback.
Yeah, man.
You can get them. Just make sure ain't nobody flocking your cigs down there. That's
Yeah,
all.
you can make $10 a pack selling them loose. And then what is 20 packs in a carton?
Yeah, I wouldn't buy Lucy down
10
south.
packs in a carton, yeah.
I wouldn't buy Lucy
Yeah, we
down
don't.
south. I
You
don't trust it.
don't buy this
They
Trust me.
put shit in your
My-
stuff.
Yeah, it
the
might
flocks in them.
Flocker or whatever.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Florida man exists, man.
Get to
He's real.
That's crazy.
Oh,
Flock
wow.
is real.
That's
real.
crazy.
They literally be out there with the shits.
Flock
All
is.
day, every day.
Right, I just read, it said Florida man woke up with a headache, didn't know why, went to the doctor and found out that he got shot by his wife. And he survived.
Damn.
All right, well, let's go ahead and wrap it up, man. All right, so this has been the first inaugural interview from Ivan L.
Yes, sir.
Jansport Jack, man. Thank y'all for coming out. We definitely gonna have to link again. We gotta get y'all on the podcast.
Shout out
You
to
got
the
Young
whole
Tater Chip in the building.
Yeah, we got Young Tater Chip.
Young Tater Chip.
Representing.
Shout them.
All right. My name is John J. Chicago Fog across all platforms.
Anonymous, ENONOMOS,
Yo,
a.k.a. Matt Black,
Yes, sir.
a.k.a. Elton.
The AKA. Yeah. So the Faculty Lounge podcast every Sunday. Make sure y'all tune in and double salute.